So we have got a very interesting tow today of an old tow truck. And what makes this so interesting is I have no freaking idea what is actually going on here. About a month ago, I want to say, maybe it was more than that even, I got a call from some sheriff's deputies asking if I knew of this truck being here at this fuel station, because when they got a hold of the owner and figured it all out, he had mentioned my name. That was about all they got out of it, which I didn't. And then I didn't know anything about it, didn't know what they're talking about, and that was kind of that. Then today, the owner called me from the hospital, where he has been for quite some time, and is now just finally able to try to figure out what to do with this problem of his. And he asked if I could come pick it up and store it from him until he could get out of the hospital, which that's what we're doing. And what's even crazier is I guess he's from over in the valley on the other side of the mountains, and he was on his way to the Matt's off-road games when he had some sort of medical emergency driving through town here. They were able to get it into this parking lot, and it's been here ever since. What's crazy about that is the Matt's off-road games was middle of March, and today is middle of May. So it has been here for quite some time. Do I just want to fork that axle? I think that's what I want to do. Huh. Could also just chain sling it off the bed here, but will this go narrow enough, or do I need to flip these? Huh. So yeah, this is a very interesting one. Don't fall. If I would have just got this call to just come tow this random thing that I knew nothing about, I'd be questioning it a lot more. But since the sheriffs had already called me about this quite a while ago, and I knew this situation exists, that'll sit there. Okay. So I am hoping that that will clear the differential there. I think we'll have to go back out some on this one. No way that works so freaking smooth. Oh yeah, plenty of room around the diff right there. That offset and everything on these receivers works perfect. I hadn't done anything like this just yet with them, so that's awesome. Cool. Life just got easier. All right, son of a bitch. We got a lot of work to do here. So, what do I want to do here? I'm going to level this out, pick up, and then bring it to me. And then just out enough to tow. Probably where she's gonna sit. So let me tie the steering wheel straight, and then I'm gonna pull out of here because I'm blocking if any big trucks come in to get fuel, and I'll pull it off over there somewhere to tie it down. Oh man, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so it looks like this thing has been gone through by some people since it's been sitting here. Well, if it's been here for 2 months, yeah, I would guess so. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the guy. Like why he ended up in the hospital or what the emergency was, but if it's been 2 months and he's just finally at the point where he can call, he didn't sound like he was in super great a shape when he called. It must have been something fairly serious. So, okay. Alright, so stay please. We're gonna have to get all this stuff in the cab. There's no trucks here at the moment, so I'm going to throw a couple straps on the axle real fast, then we'll move. Smile like something stupid happened and pop out of here. Okay, over the top. Ow, hit my head. Okay. Alright, before we move it, while we're sitting here, pick up all these pieces of tail light and stuff so we're not leaving the trash from it. Okay, let's pull out of here. Okay, truck is shut off so we can work in some peace and quiet. Except for this thing. Car wash is gonna make nothing but noise. Oh, you can't win. Alright. I'm a little high on the lift height, but that is because this right here is hanging down, and the higher I go, the more it lifts this away from my underreach so I don't hit going through a dip. So I go through a dip, this is going to come down. I can put tilt into this to alleviate that as well and keep this lower, but if you have tilt on your crossbar, when your crossbar pivots, it also will swing up and down, and that's what tries to pull those out of the axle tube, and then you're yanking on your straps. So it should hold because it'll just twist the suspension, but why twist your straps around? You don't need to. So we've got to roll this in here. Okay. So this would actually probably slip in here just fine. Yeah, that might blow away. We'll see. So this setup here is actually a really cool old wrecker setup. This is a Holmes 480. These are very, very cool setup, and for like an off-road recovery truck, actually would be a great setup because it's super lightweight, but but very versatile. The booms, they're all cable ran. They can go up and down. There's 2 of them, one on each side, and see, they're hinged here, and that boom can swing all the way over here out the side and be a boom out off the side of the truck or out off the back of the truck. You could spin them apart like that off the back of the truck and hook this one to a tree or a fence post or something down there and pull with this one, and they counteract each other. Like, I don't know. Great setup. Like, actually, if you had, oh, this one has an underreach on it. What type is that? Triple K. Zacklift made setups like this that go in on these old trucks, and you put a hydraulic underreach on one of these trucks on a capable chassis, you know, with this bed setup, and you've got a good lightweight capable wrecker. In the off-road world, weight is a big deal. Weight matters a lot, so ideally the less weight you're dealing with, the more capable it is off-road, the easier you are on parts, all of that stuff. But you less weight in the wrecker world usually comes with less capability. This here setup has a lot of capability, even more so in some ways than like my four-wheel drive wrecker that has the hydraulic boom on it. In the off-road setup, this is probably even more capable than that hydraulic boom in my truck, because you're usually off the side of the road or something like that, and these swinging booms work with that really well and make it easy. But what it can't do is extend out and pick something up way out there straight up in the air. That's where that hydraulic comes in. What is this going on? Okay, so I mean, everything has pluses and minuses, but that wrecker of mine, my four-wheel drive wrecker, it's 11,000 pounds, so it's heavy. You take 11,000 pounds out off-road, it's actually 11,300. You're not being nice to all your suspension components, drivetrain components, drive lines, axles, rear end, steering, everything. But when you get there, you have some pretty good recovery capability, you know, because you have that hydraulic boom that can lift stuff and set it in place and things like that, which this can't do. But this weighs nothing compared to what mine does. What is even this? Portable locker. Huh. Okay, what else we can pull off of here? Yeah, pluses and minuses to everything. Ideally, you're just super rich and you can have one of each of every type of everything, and then it doesn't matter. But I ain't on that level. So I don't know. This thing's been here 2 months at least. I don't know how much of this stuff belongs to this guy and how much is stuff that people tossed in it and just going through and ransacking the thing. I don't know. Like, there's clearly stuff's been thrown on it and dumped on it and left in it. Like, this is not all from him that he had with this truck going down the road. I know that. Like, oh my God. So I don't know. Don't know. It's like a lot of extra tweaker stuff thrown on here that was not part of this whole situation to begin with. I'm wondering if that air cleaner came off of this engine. I could have moved, but he's got it. You need me to move out somewhere else? I just got to get the rest of this junk off here. I can move somewhere else and do that if I'm in your way. Okay. Yeah, I guess the owner of it had some medical emergency going down the road and is in the hospital now.
Oh no.
And he's finally to the point where he was able to like call someone to go get his truck. It's been sitting here for a long time, I guess.
Man.
So it's been like ransacked and gone through and tore up. So
yeah,
he called today asking if I could come get it and store it until he gets out of the hospital.
Right. That sucks.
Yeah. So I'm just getting all the junk that's going to fly off the back so I don't make a mess going down the road, and go take it and store it, and hopefully he gets out soon. But like the fuel filler's all gone, so there's someone stolen the gas out of it. Probably use this cut off the rest of this hose to siphon it out. Like, yeah, they pried this off of here, it looks like. I guess it's been here for quite a while. This is handy though. Be a cool setup if it wasn't all ransacked. Like someone blew off the fire extinguisher, because like obviously I wasn't like that or this wouldn't be here from going down the road. So somebody did that while it sat here. Which sucks. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what year it is. Looks close. Light bar on. Turn my headlights on just to make sure. That light bar, unlike most, that one does not stay lit up anytime it's on. It's only when the headlights are on or when you hit the brakes or whatever. But if you have your headlights on, it's just off. Most stay on like the running lights. But yep, this one, most stay like how that is right there, whether your lights are on or off. That was, there's just always some light. This one does what your lights do, so it's made to conserve battery for longer distance type of stuff. That's also why it has a swappable battery instead of an onboard one that you're stuck with when it runs out. So if your headlights are on, it will be on just like your taillights. But if not, it won't be, just like your taillights. Okay, off we go. Now, if this were a random phone call I got about some random vehicle I'd never heard of in some place and someone asked me to go tow it because they were stuck somewhere, whatever, I would have a whole lot more questions for the person calling, and I probably wouldn't even do it because that is exactly how thieves scam tow companies into stealing cars for them. And that's absolutely something that happens, and it has happened to me. Luckily, when I did it, we're able to catch it and get it all figured out before the thieves were able to get a hold of the car, and everything got straightened out fine on that one. But it happened, so I would have had a whole lot more questions. But in this case, since the sheriff's deputies called me a month or so, whatever it is, asking me if I knew about it because the fuel station called the sheriff, they went and looked up the VIN, they were able to track down the owner, figure out he was in the hospital, go and talk to him. he threw out my name as the one to be towing it away. Obviously, he wasn't in nearly as good a shape as he is right now, and as coherent as he is now. So they called me asking if I was going to tow the thing, and I said, I have not heard it. This is the first I've heard of anything. But I know for a fact that this vehicle did legitimately get left at that fuel station because the owner had a legitimate medical emergency, is in the hospital. I know all that is true. That's coming straight from the sheriff's department. So that's why I am towing it and not just being like, yeah, right, dude, I ain't doing that when that call came in. So I don't know what the whole story is, but I know that part of it's all legit. And when I find out more, you'll find out more. But for now, that's what we know.